I'm announcing the winner of the LLEWELLYN'S 2020 Herbal Almanac. But even if your name didn't get chosen, nobody's going away empty-handed today, because I'm also going to show you 3 super easy techniques for using tea light candles in your magic. I also am including a special money magic tip at the end of this video. You're gonna love this. Hi everybody, if you're looking for spells, witchy tips, and tricks for living your magical life, you have come to the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you get notified when I have a new video uploaded. I have new videos once a week. Spell candles are a mainstay of magic. There's lots of different kinds of spell candles that you can use, of course. There's all the taper candles and the big pillar candles, and all kinds of methods for using those. But I am going to show you guys today 3 methods for using tea light candles for your magic. They're super easy. Of course, you know me, they use ingredients that you have already got in your home. You can use these techniques for any of your candle spells. If you don't have the big fancy candles, you can just use a tea light. They work great. I really am excited to show these techniques to you guys, but first we have other business at hand. I'm announcing the winner of the LLEWELLYN'S 2020 Herbal Almanac that I have an article written in. It's autographed by me. I've also included one of the crafts that I talked about in the book and a bookmark, which this isn't the bookmark you're gonna get. We still need to make it. But busy time of the year, what can I say? Anyway, I took all of the comments from that other video and I dropped it into a highly technical comment picker so that it would be completely random, and drew a name. So let's take a look at what we did yesterday. Look at that. The winner of the LLEWELLYN'S 2020 Herbal Almanac is Lady Fate. Lady Fate commented that she's currently on an herbal journey. So I think fate must have interceded on her behalf, and since it was a totally random pick, and she kind of lucked out and got the book. So Lady Fate, you're the winner. Make sure that you drop me a line privately on one of my social media accounts. You can drop it on Instagram if you want to send me a private message over there, Facebook, or even on Etsy. If you want to just send me an Etsy convo, that is totally fine. Because I'm going to need your mailing address so that I can get this book and these other lovely items in the mail to you. Don't drop your mailing address in the comments though, because yeah. And the links are to all my social media accounts are down below. Send me a line, okay? And we will get this right out to you. Let's get right down to it. I want to show you guys how to do these great techniques. Now, I'm showing you 3 different techniques, but I'm also showing you 3 different spells that you can use. So you can interchange these. You can use any spell that you want with these techniques. These are just different ways to add your intention to these candles. As always, it's all about your intention and what you do with it and what you bring to your magic. So let's get right down to it. For method number 1, I'm going to do a healing spell, and I'm going to show you how you etch your intention actually into the wax. Okay, so the first candle I'm going to show you, this method for adding your intention, is inscribing on top of the wax, which is a classic technique for candle magic. I'm using simply a pencil because that's what I had around the house, and it works really well for inscribing. It's a not super sharp pencil, and I'm just writing my intention there for healing and stress removal, and then you dust that little extra bit of wax off, and there it is. Quite simple. I'm going to use some Mood Boost oil that's a blend that I created to put on there. I'm doing it counterclockwise because I want to remove stress from the situation. It's all about how you just decide you want to do it. Then I'm going to sprinkle on herbs de Provence, which is a great blend right out of my kitchen. Thyme, marjoram, rosemary, basil, fennel, sage, and lavender. It's a great mix if you happen to have it in your house for any kind of healing, clearing, cleansing work. It works really well. So I'm throwing it on there. Then I'm charging up my hand chakras, and I'm just going to fill that candle with my intention. It's going to go in a skull candle holder because I want to work on mind and mental stuff for this. Quite simple. Then you just light it and you're good to go. Method number 2, we are doing a money spell. And for this money spell, we are going to write an actual paper petition, and I will show you how to encase that in your candle. Okay, for this next spell, we're doing a money spell, and we're simply just writing a petition stating the need for the finances and the amount and everything. And there it is. I'm going to fold that in half and brandish it with the edge of a pencil, making sure that that folded edge is super flat. If you don't do this, it can push up and mess up the wick. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So there it is. See, it's super flat. And I just made it the right size so that it will fit right inside of that little metal cup. Pop that down in there. As you can see, that's why you don't want to put a real thick piece of paper down in there. I'm going to use olive oil for this one. I have other oils on hand, but I want to show you guys that you can use olive oil. It's a pure oil, and it's full of good magical energy, so why not? I'm doing it clockwise because I want to be drawing in and building up financial abundance. Kind of just rubbing that oil into my hands so it's not dripping everywhere. I'm using nutmeg, ground nutmeg, which is a great way to draw money. That's a great money herb. Spice, really, it's a spice. And then some cinnamon. And again, great way to power up a spell, good for abundance magic. Now I'm going to activate my hand chakras. I'm going to charge up this candle, thinking about abundance, feeling it coming into my life. Super important. This is a really important step. And it's charged up. Now I'm going to drop it into my skeleton hand candle holder because I want it to come into my hand. For method number 3, we're going to do a protection spell. And I'm going to show you a way that you can actually engrave your intention into the tin that's already part of your candle. Okay, so for this final spell, we're going to do a protection spell. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop that candle out of the little aluminum holder, and as you can see, it's nice and flat. Now aluminum, believe it or not, is a great metal for psychic protection, boosts mental abilities, balances energies. You can use that for any magic you want. I am using that same little dull pencil, and I am literally inscribing it right into that aluminum tin. It works great. As you can see, I've even put a little pentagram in the center there. And now it's right there, part of it. So really easy. Pop that candle right back in there. And I'm going to use some of my Fiery Wall of Protection oil. That is an oil that I blended myself. And I can show that to you guys sometime if you'd like. Drop me a comment if you want my recipe for my Fiery Wall of Protection oil. And I'm just anointing the top of that candle there to build up protection, quite simply. And I'm grabbing my ground cloves that we used actually in the pumpkin protection spell. And I'll post a link to that. I'm activating my hand chakras and filling that candle with my intention for magical protection. It already knows what it's supposed to do because it's inscribed in the bottom of the tin. And then I'm popping that down into my Samhain sigil candle holder that I made. And again, that sigil is available in that other video. There they are, all 3 of them. Oh, and I nearly forgot. I promised you guys an extra money magic tip, and here it is. The petition that we used for the money spell wasn't just plain paper. And I came up with this a little while ago. I don't know if anybody else is doing it, but I thought it was a pretty cool idea. So the paper that I'm using now for all of my money spells are check stubs. Sometimes when you get a check, you know, you'll get like the check, and then there's a check stub, and then there's a little extra piece of paper that's attached to the check stub that came with the check. And I've been pulling these off of my checks and throwing it away. But that's ridiculous because this came in the mail with money for me. So it occurred to me to start saving these, and I'm using these for all of my money magic petitions. It even says on it, it says, it's hard to see, but even watermarked on here, it says not negotiable. So when I'm doing my money magic, I'm doing it on a sheet of paper that has already says it's not negotiable. So to me, that just means that should be working pretty well. So yeah, great idea, right? So definitely think about those things when you get a check in the mail or when you get your paycheck from work. If you don't get the little extra sheet of paper when you get your paycheck, if it comes in an envelope, save that envelope and use that for your money magic. Anything that's associated with money or banks is a really good piece of material that you can use in your spells. So, you know, you already have it anyway, why not put it to good use? So I hope you guys find that little extra tip useful. I hope that you find great success using these lovely Tealight techniques. If you want more spells and ideas and tips, I'm always brewing up something. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, drop a comment down below and let me know if you guys think you'll be using these techniques. Or let me know if you have different ways that you use Tealight candles in your magic. Also, while you're hitting those buttons, why not share this video out with a friend that you think might find it useful as well? Thank you so much for joining me here in my enchanted dining room while we talked a little bit about some spell work. Here are a couple other videos that I think you guys might enjoy, and I will see you next time. Until then, remember to always be your magic. Bye.